From a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday. It's a podcast about your worst wedding, funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party, or whatever story's funny after the fact. We want to hear it. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Tim Rose from the hashtag paranormal podcast that's coming out. Tim, say hello.
Hey guys,
Hey guys.
I'm
So,
excited.
so, so where are you at, Tim? Where's your geographical location?
Okay, we are based in Kentucky. I'm actually from the Lexington, Kentucky area. What we are is we are a small paranormal team. We've tried to help the community here in Kentucky. Our services are absolutely free. We offer some medium services. We have equipment we can come in if you guys have got a ghost or something going on in your house, you think. And we try to help people and get proof that they're not going crazy. Um, we're kind
That's
of
got to be easier
switching out.
sometimes than not. Like sometimes that's got to be pretty tough to prove,
So,
and then sometimes it's gonna be like, no, no, hey, fuck it, there he is. Like
yep,
there he is.
yep. Sometimes you've got some people. Sometimes you've got some people you have to wonder if they're all there, but for the most part, we've been blessed. We haven't. Well, I say that, but our team did have some gunshots go off in a house once.
Ooh, that's
They
fun.
were on an investigation. Yeah, yeah, they were on an investigation, and a couple gunshots go off, but they kept their cool and hung in there. Man, I think I would have left or
That's not one of your normal
changed
ghost
hands.
ghost things. Is it like
No,
they come back
no,
and now they're pissed. They're packing. Like
yeah, yeah. Yeah, usually when we come in, man, people are nervous, a little bit scared of us and what we're going to do. By the time we usually get out of there, we're pretty close friends. But in that instance, yeah, we had a guy that wanted to hang around. He was drinking a little bit, and some shots got fired. And
well, what else are you gonna
glad I
do during
wasn't
a
there.
paranormal investigation?
Yeah,
Let's.
yeah.
It's not an investigation until you bring the guns.
Well, there's one thing, man. If he had have hit someone, we had the equipment to talk to him after it was all said and
Right
done.
after he is done, that should have been a thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
because
hey, if anybody dies, knock 3 times. Kind of like
got, yeah,
do a,
yeah,
do a
we
Tony
got you.
Orlando or Don thing. Knock 3 times on whatever you want to fucking knock on. It's all right as long as we can hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah, God. So what's
but
the wildest, creepiest thing you've seen so far?
there's a place here in Kentucky. It's Shelbyville, Kentucky. There's an abandoned property there that we found that's just in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of you pull off the interstate. There's a little bit wooded area off, and there's a three-story house in there that's been abandoned for several years. And every time we've been in there, we've had rocks thrown at us. We always pick up stuff on our equipment, and it's a creepy place, but it always seems to call us back. I mean, it's like for us, I guess it would be paranormal home because we always get something when we go there.
It's like home
And
base. We'll leave the light on for you.
it,
Is that kind of that? Is that what the ghosts
yeah,
say? I
yeah,
think is that. Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Jim Connor's back. All
They
right.
always, yeah. But it's a fun spot. Like I said, we starting to get a little skittish going in there because it is an abandoned place, and someone's been in there tearing the place up. So we're a little
Yeah.
cautious when we go in there. But,
That is probably owned by
but yeah,
somebody.
actually, I think the city of Shelbyville owns that place.
Oh, is that right?
So
Yeah,
it's
they annexed it
yeah,
after a while there.
yeah,
Aaron Hawkins is
yeah.
watching. He's a horror writer. He has a movie out called Evil Lurks. You can find that on Tubi. And he's watching right now. Right now, we're talking to Tim Rose. He is the co-creator of a new podcast coming out called hashtag Paranormal. Nailed it that time. So,
Yep, yep.
and as more people watch, Cecil Lola, he's watching. He's part of Mosaic TV as well. If you don't have Mosaic TV, get yourself a Fire Stick, get yourself an Amazon TV, get yourself an Android device, and download Amazon Mosaic TV, and you can see wonderful people like Tim here, like me here, and like Cecil there. And So this is just you're right outside of Shelbyville, and this house is like right outside of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's maybe half an hour from Lexington, so it's not much of a drive at all.
Is there a story to the house at all? Like, or is it just, or did you
Oh,
guys just say, "Hey, there's a fucking house," and then you went and
another team had told us about it, and we just kind of happened onto it that way. And we didn't really know what to expect. We just thought, hey, it's an abandoned house, but it's probably the most active property that we've ever been in, any of us. And
oh, very cool.
like I said, we take new guys back in there just to kind of get them used to the paranormal because it's that active.
Mm-hmm. Jim Amarillo is watching. Guest Yama Rose from hashtag Paranormal Podcast, or yeah, that's it. Hashtag Paranormal Podcast. That's it. So, as people's joining, I keep giving them your name and info.
Yeah, yeah. And the hashtag paranormal, what that's going to be, the actual show itself, is it's going to be more of a community based thing to where if anyone that watches our show on Mosaic or followers on Facebook, any of our social media platforms, if they have a ghost story, we're setting up a Google Voice account to where they can call in, leave their story in a message, and if they want us to play it, we can play it and kind of react to that story. And then if anyone wants to call in and be on the actual podcast live, we have that capability too because we're
Okay.
using
Well,
an app similar to
get a
StreamYard.
hold of Cecil Lowe. Get a hold of Cecil Lowe. He said that they would drive to be part of the paranormal show, and they have the Life as Cecil show that's on Mosaic as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely reach out to him.
Hey, Charity. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're great guys. Oh, yeah, they're a hoot. They're a blast. You'd love to have them on. They're pranksters too, so that's even funnier. So it's like,
And I think that we're going to try to do a collaboration with Star from. She has a show on Mosaic. It's called Out There with Star,
yeah, out there
and
with
she
Star.
does some paranormal investigating.
Right.
Yeah.
Brandon Scott McFadden's watching, and apparently he says he's gay for me. So that's nice. That's it's good to have a you know you know it's time. It's just nice to know. Like you don't necessarily want to be gay, but to know somebody wants you gay, like I think it's a compliment. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It
I'm
is.
not gay, but he's a
It
fairly good
is.
looking fella. I'm not gonna knock him. So I don't think he is. Oh well. Yeah. So when's the show supposed to start?
We're going to launch that thing on December 7th, probably around 8 o'clock. It's
Okay.
going to go live for the very first time. Um, and
And this
like I
is just
said, we're going to
normal.
stream.
This is your normal podcast that you can pick up off of Apple
Yeah,
Podcast or Overcast or like any of those.
it's going to launch on Spotify, but we're
Okay.
also going to upload it. We're going to upload it to YouTube. We're going to
Hmm.
upload it to our Facebook page. We're going to upload it to Facebook, YouTube, our page, and Mosaic and Spotify. So we're going to put it on those platforms, and then as we get the views that we need, we're going to go ahead and try to put it on Apple as well.
Awesome. Very good. We're live on YouTube right now, actually. We're live on YouTube and on Facebook Live right now. So, and my timer just went off that says that it's time for our show. Yeah, we hit it a little early. That's all right. Hope
Yeah,
you guys forgive
it's
it.
okay. Yeah,
If you're on time, you're late. That's what Vince Lombardi said. God damn it. So
absolutely, absolutely.
so we're on time. You fuckers are late. That's what.
That's right. It's on everyone else. They should have been here when we were.
So we got you. You know what? Hit us with a story. You said you got some embarrassing things, and by golly, we want to hear them. So hit us with a story. What do you got,
Well,
Tim?
this one's actually a pretty good one. It's kind of embarrassing on my part, but
Perfect.
I
That's exactly
worked
what we want.
I work for the state government here in Kentucky, and I had sent
Are
some
you
of my
part of that
guys
deep
to.
state? I ain't gonna have none of that deep state in my.
No, 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 no,
All right, go
no,
on. All right.
but I had
You're,
sent some of my
you're,
guys to
you're top
Lowe's to
state.
grab. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, top state. All right, don't worry, he's top state, so it's good.
But I had sent some of my guys to Lowe's to get a couple pallets of water.
Yeah.
Okay, the guys at Lowe's, when they set the pallets of water on the back of the truck, they weren't exactly shrink wrapped to the pallet,
Oh
and
no.
no. So my guys turned the corner, pallet of water rolls off into the road, right? So I get a phone call. They're freaking out, don't know what to do. So me and another guy, we go to help pick up this pallet of water. We've got one guy kind of blocking traffic. We're out in the road picking up water. Well, I bent down to pick up some water. For whatever reason, I was commando that day.
Oh
I bent
no.
down. Yes. I bent down. My pants split, and I flashed half the city of Winchester right there on the
Oh.
side. I had people honking at me. It was bad. I ended up having to take my shirt off and tie it around my pants just to get back to the truck. It was,
Peekaboo.
yeah, it wasn't good.
This ain't your mama's peekaboo.
I think that's probably the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
sure.
what?
You're hanging out in the middle of Lexington,
Yeah,
Kentucky, with your brown eye out, picking up water. Like
yeah. That one wasn't. It wasn't a
like,
good experience. It's funny looking back.
everybody's like, look at him out there picking up water. I bet that can't get much worse. Oh, I was wrong. So was that his asshole, honey? I think that was his asshole. That was his. That definitely
Yeah, I'm sure some people, man, probably got a little sick to their stomach, had to throw up here. But yeah, but that's by far, I think, the most embarrassing thing I've had happen to me.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Connor's watching on I believe on YouTube. Yeah, and he's part of the paranormal connections show that which you're a
There,
part of as well, right? You're the equipment guy or the host or
well, he and I, we host another show that's like an aftercare program where we get together and discuss everything that went on in our investigations, and we do that every Monday at 8 o'clock. Excuse me. And he is also the founder of Paranormal Connections.
okay,
So, great guy. He's really caring, really good with the community, really good at promotion, and he really cares about what we're doing. He's Native American, and he kind of follows the old shamanistic ways of doing things. So when we go in on an investigation, everything's kind of based upon his beliefs and our beliefs as well. But he does a really, really good job. He's a great guy. I'm glad that I met him and his fiance Nick. Great guys. Both of them founded the group. Um, we've been active since I think February, the end of February, last of January of 2023. And we've launched the Mosaic Show already, and we're launching 2 podcasts. And we are starting an Etsy store, which goes into what I do for the team. I do some spiritual things like read tarot and things like that for the team, but I also make a lot of our equipment, the little REM pods. I've got some static meters that pick up static electricity in the air, and it'll flash a light if something walks by. I've made motion detectors that will play like a creepy song or something if something walks by and sets those off.
so you
And we
make
have
a
started an Etsy.
paranormal a motion detector, like
Yes. Yeah.
there he is, like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We set those things in a room. If it picks up any motion in there at all, it'll set off an alarm or play music.
Okay.
So we've started
No
an
timer.
Etsy
He's slightly
store,
north.
and
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but we've started an Etsy store. And what we're trying to do is sell some of our equipment on Etsy to fund our investigations. That way, we're not so much out of pocket. Because, like I said, everything is 100% free.
Everything's 100% free?
Everything, yeah, all of our services are free. That's why
Okay.
we kind
Oh,
of
I thought
make
you were
the.
talking about the Etsy thing. I'm sorry, I was reading that for a second there. I'm like, wait, you're giving your Etsy stuff away? Like, don't do that, man. I'm not a businessman, but that's not the right way to do shit.
Yeah,
That's a mistake.
that's not good business.
Exactly. Yeah, Tyler, I have to put on my glasses every time I read the screen. So they're like, yeah, you can tell every time he's reading, he's putting on his glasses. I'm old.
Yep, yep.
All right.
That's me, man. I'm right there with you. I'm 43 years old. I can't.
I was telling my buddy that one day. I'm like, you remember when we were younger and we could see and walk, just the little things, just the things that make life
Get up
fun.
on the couch.
The whole mobility thing and the whole visual thing. And thank God I still got all these. I was blessed with those yeah.
That's the way with me. The last 2 years, my vision, it's just, if I'm trying to read, I have to have glasses. I just can't do it anymore.
Well, I wear contacts, and then I have to wear my cheaters with my contacts. Now, this is how arrogant I am. Now, I've wore glasses now for about the last 20 years because, hey, Cindy. Anyway, like I'm going down, I live in Illinois, and we go down the highway, and I'm yelling. I'm like always just cussing. I'm like, why don't they make these goddamn signs so you can see them before you get right up on them? And like just cussing. They're like, goddamn state of Illinois. God, this sucks. Like, and so I'm at work, and I managed an electronics store. This is back when VCRs were out, so this is how long ago it is. And anyway, I got my the person who works for me. She's standing beside me, and this old lady turns around. She goes, "Oh, like that VCR over there for 150." And I go, "What? You can see that?" She goes, "Well, yeah, I can see it." And my worker, she goes, "Mark, put these on." And she hands me her glasses, and like my whole fucking life just changed. Like all these years, it wasn't me. Oh God, it couldn't have been me. It's the fucking state of Illinois that makes these signs that you can't see. Then you get right fucking up on them.
Yeah, you have the big halo that comes out like the cartoons.
Yeah, like I remember one night I was like in Peoria, and I'm like, I can't see.
I'm getting right
there. No, I didn't. Damn.
Yeah, I'm right there with you now. Like I catch myself if I'm trying to read Facebook, I'm way out here with my phone, just anything close I can't see.
Well, I remember even the eye doctor said, it's not going to be too long before you need cheaters. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm fine. 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Hey, could you hold this and stand back about 2 feet so I can read it? So.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been there. That's fun. So you got you're doing the paranormal connections as well, right? So you're part of that show as well. Okay. Yeah. And how long have you guys been doing that one?
I think we've got 5 episodes out on Mosaic right now of the actual show.
And again, everybody, Mosaic TV. If you have a Roku device, if you have a Amazon Fire Stick, if you have an Amazon TV, or if you have a Android device, download Mosaic TV and you can see us on Mosaic TV.
Yep. Or watch mosaictv.com.
Mosaic TV.
You can get it there as well.
There you go. So, you get both of us
the
mugs on there.
The guys, they've been at it. I joined up probably, I think, in June, but they've been at it since around February of 2023. Pretty hard at it. And right now, I think we're booked up until maybe the end of next April, maybe the 1st of May.
Oh, yeah?
So we stay pretty busy. Yeah, usually something every weekend, and sometimes every Friday and Saturday that we have going on. So
Yeah.
we're pretty busy.
Well, that's good. So, and you have the
Which,
equipment that you personally make. Now, how'd you get into the science of like making a paranormal equipment? Like, how'd you get into that science?
kind of by mistake. I had decided I was going to start doing some ghost hunting,
Yeah.
and like everybody else, man, I started looking for equipment, and I got to looking on YouTube, and I found all these little tutorials, and kind of learned how to solder a little bit. Once I learned that, it was a whole different thing, man. Because at that point, I was figuring out what I could make do with certain components, and just kind of tinkering around until I got to a result that I actually liked. And so I've made a couple of things that no one really else has. And those are things that are going to be on our Etsy store. It's mostly things that we can promote as ours, and stick those on there. And we're going to try to get that to go somewhere where we can get into a bigger production. But right now we're going small. It's kind of a made to order type of thing.
Yeah.
And I have some stock on hand, but not a lot, just enough to get by until see if it takes off. And if it does, great, because all of us would like to retire from this. I mean,
No shit. I'd like to retire from this, but I got a
it,
full-time job and a wife and a kid, and so
me
I
too.
guess I'll just keep
Me-
working.
yeah.
So
Fortunately, I got one more year and I can retire.
oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, you've been at it. You've been picking up
Yeah.
water bottles and busting
I'll
your
have,
pants out for a while now. It's
yeah. Yeah. But I've got a wife and kids, so I'll have to go work somewhere else too, man. I mean, it's never going to end.
awesome, awesome. Oh, Julie Hinster is just watching us, and ladies and gentlemen, she was on the movie Species. She was a beautiful,
Oh, wow.
beautiful brother and sister both. Yeah. So we got a
Hello.
real actress in the house. Hey,
Yeah.
how are you? Thanks for joining. So, we was just talking to this nice guy about picking up water bottles and busting his ass out of his pants at the middle of a street. So you just missed that one, Julie. So
Yeah. It wasn't a very good show. A
no,
couple of people wrecked their
agree to
cars trying
disagree.
to. Yeah, I saw one lady veer off and crash into someone else because she was trying to get away from it. She was, oh god.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I imagine somebody tried to get away with my brown eye was sticking out too. It's like, like big about yeah, like
Yeah.
something like that. So, you got any other stories for us? You got something else you want to hit us with?
Um. Well, this one's kind of embarrassing too.
Good. Yes, that's the point.
This one kind of comes back to when I was probably about 17 years old. I was living at home with my mom. Um, got to where I was sneaking over my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and we were fooling around in the house and stuff when mom was gone. And I had dropped some used condoms behind the bed.
Oh no.
My mom was cleaning my room and stuck her finger in one of them.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And when I came home, she had a pair of rubber gloves sitting there dangling a used condom in front of me, and
What
she
the?
drops it in a Ziploc bag.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
she drops it in a
no.
Ziploc bag, and I
Oh
said,
God.
"Yeah." I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Well," she said, "I figured this is yours and your girlfriend's, and since you don't want it, I'm going to see if she wants it." So she did.
Okay. Well, that's yeah. That's
Yeah,
one of the
she
nastier ones
embarrassed
I've
me to death.
heard. No, I did have a guy on my
Yeah,
show
yeah.
once who.
So that one was.
Sorry, you cut out on me there.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
It's one
So
of those moments that you just, yeah, you don't know what to say. You're just like um. And there, my mom was maybe 4'5" or something. She was a little Native American lady, and she's just standing there like, "I'm ready to kill you."
Wow. I did
So
have
yeah,
I had a buddy. He was fooling around with his girlfriend up in her bedroom, and he had his hands down her pants and stuff like that. And then they hear her dad come home, and so they jump up, and everything. And he's getting ready to go to, like, he's trying to get to the bathroom, and when he does, his dad is on the other side of the door when he opens the door, and his dad goes, "Hey, I'm Bill. Nice to meet you."
oh,
Sticks out his hand. He had, he,
oh my
he
gosh,
shook his dad's hand. His dad's like, "Well, your hand's sweaty." Yeah. So that
that's
happened.
another one of those. What do you do? Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing
what do
against,
you do? I
and
mean,
Jabril,
no.
he was black, and the guy goes, "I heard you guys had sweaty hands," and then he's like, "Yeah, well, then I don't care anymore." Yeah, I felt bad for a second, but no, not now. Yeah, yeah, he's a nice
Yeah,
guy. What? What kind of racist shit was that? Like,
yeah, and stuff like that. I've got a 17-year-old son now, so I'm just waiting for the same thing to happen to me or my wife. I mean, I know it's going to happen because
something
he's
about that.
already asked me, "Dad, can I have girls?" Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yep. You sure can. You sure can. So, crazy shit. Crazy shit. All right. So,
yeah.
what else you guys got going on? Anything big? What's the next big thing that you're going to go investigate or check out?
We have a pretty big place, and the name of it escapes my mind right now, but it's here in Kentucky, but it's a larger property. It's up in northern Kentucky, that we've got to do Saturday, and we're going to live stream it as well, and probably stick it on Mosaic through the live stream app.
Is
I
there
think
some place
most
where
of the
they can find you? Like when you're doing your live stuff, is there some place where people can tune in? Is it like
it's
Facebook Live or
on Facebook Live under Paranormal Connections. We do a live almost every weekend on there, almost every Saturday night. And this one will be on there as well. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to try to live stream it straight over to Mosaic too.
okay? That'd be super cool.
Forgive me.
Sean Pratton from the Sensibly Cynical podcast is watching us right now as well. So we're talking to Tim Rose. He has a podcast coming out with Connor. It's called hashtag Paranormal. He also has a show called Paranormal Connections. You can find that on Mosaic TV. And again, you can get that off Roku, off Amazon Fire Stick, off of mosaictv.com, or yeah, and did I say Android device? I did, or Amazon TV. Either way,
It's
and you can see me.
Watch Mosaic. Yeah.
There it
And
is.
there's a lot of other great shows on there too.
Absolutely, Life of Cecil. That's a great one.
Yeah.
He's very very funny. Bourbon,
So
Bourbon Brews and Beyond. Those guys are great as well. So, and all right, buddy. I tell you what, you got the floor. Go ahead, tell us everything about you, where they can find you, and everything else. You got the floor, and then we'll wrap her up.
all right. Our group is Paranormal Connections. We're based out of Kentucky. We do investigations to see if you have any kind of spirit activity in your home. Our services are absolutely free. We have a form on our Facebook page, which is Paranormal Connections, that if you're searching for an investigation or want us to come out or need us to help you in any way, you get on there and fill out the form. And then once you submit it, it comes to our Linktree page. We get on there and look it over. Someone's usually in contact with you within a couple of hours to get you scheduled. Like I said, our services are free. I know here in Kentucky, sometimes the paranormal is a little taboo. So people won't reach out to you to let you know something's going on because they feel like they're crazy. We're not going to treat you like that. We don't think anyone's crazy for having something to go on in their house,
I
unless
do.
it's justified.
No, I do. That's it.
Um, but we're here to help. If you guys need anything at all, you can reach out. We have a project right now that we're doing that we have a GoFundMe created for. You can find the link to it on our Paranormal Connections Facebook. There is a cemetery here in Laredo, Kentucky, that the city doesn't have money to fund any kind of work in it anymore. So it's kind of fell on a very elderly gentleman that's not really in any kind of shape to actually do anything there. And we have a GoFundMe set up to kind of go in and rehab that place. There's
Oh, that's fantastic. Good
headstones that
for
are
you.
broken off. Yeah, there's broken off headstones. There's a little church there on the property that needs a new roof to be cleaned up and a few things like that. And we're trying to raise money. We're going to volunteer to go down and try to kind of help stabilize that place, get things sorted back out, glue the tombstones back together,
Mm-hmm.
get them on the appropriate graves, and just try to make that place a little better because we have veterans that are buried there. We have people, the cemetery started in the late 1800s. So it's got some history in it and
Yeah.
it's fallen to the wayside. So we're trying to get in there and fix that as well. Like I said, we make our own equipment. A lot of the stuff that we use on our lives, I've made, and we've started an Etsy store. Um, and you can find that stuff there. We use that money for that to fund our investigations. That way, our services are still free. And we also, as he said, we've started a podcast on Mondays. That's like a after show recap of our things that we do on the weekends, our little journeys we make to do ghost hunts. We do a recap of that on Mondays at 8 o'clock. You can find that live on Facebook, and it also goes over to Mosaic TV, and you can stream it there as well. And we also have a new show that I'm going to be the host of that's coming up. We're opening up December 7th, and it is hashtag paranormal. It's more of a community based thing to where people can call in, leave their stories. If they want to come on the air and be live on the podcast, they can do that, and we can talk. They can tell me what they've got going on. We'll have some of our team members, probably some people from Mosaic TV that we're going to invite on as guests to kind of co-host and help us. And we'll do a lot of reactions and stuff on there too to different kind of ghost evidence. And we're just going to try to make it a fun show that everyone can enjoy. And if they've got a story they want to tell, then they'll have a platform to tell it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Well, hey, man, it was great having you on. I look forward to having Connor on sometime as well. And as always, you can find me on Mosaic TV, baby. That's right. Download Mosaic TV. You can also find me on Facebook Live. You can find me on YouTube at My Worst Holiday Podcast. Hey, if you like a show, look them up like I've got a Patreon. It's called My Worst Holiday at patreon.com. If you like an episode, give us $1. It's not much. You cheap fuckers, give me $1. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody. Hang out for a minute here.
Okay.